Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor. I worked at IRS for 10 years. I've worked thousands of cases. I am a national expert. I have a team of former IRS agents. I don't think there's anybody better than our firm. We've been doing this a long, long time. I think we have about 240 years of either working for IRS or tax defense. Anyway, you can see me. I've been on the national news a lot. Go to my website, 777irs.com. I want to talk to you today about elimination of tax debt and the only program that allows you to do this. You know, I look at the internet because I'm on YouTube a lot, so I see the stuff that's out there, and there's so much crap, and I just wonder how people decide what to do, what to use, and who to believe. It's just mind blowing to me. No, I know the truth because I worked at IRS. I worked the offer program. I used to accept and deny offers. I know everything about offers that goes on. Peter Salinger of my team was a former IRS audit offer and compromise specialist manager of groups. The two of us probably have more experience than probably any two people in the United States. We know everything that's going on. What's happening is there's a lot of scam artists that are out there, and there's a lot of companies, big companies, that have large advertising budgets. Some of them are funded by hedge companies, and they found, let's add this tax debt resolution to our portfolio. So they get a couple people in charge to run it. They get people on the back end. Usually they're not that good because they don't have the experience. If you were good, you wouldn't be working for a company in a back office doing offers. You would go ahead and have your own practice. So when you call one of these companies, you don't know who the hell's working your case. That's not the way to go ahead and give someone the money for the offer and compromise program. Anyway, the only way you can eliminate your tax debt, well, there's a couple ways. The 10-year statute can blow. That's one way. You can file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. If you're eligible, that's another way. You can try to abate penalties and interest. But if you want to eliminate your debt, the only way you can do that is through the offer and compromise program. Like I said, I was a teaching instructor for this. So that's the only program. Don't believe the bait, the Instagram, the Facebook. Everyone can settle your debt. They can't. Let me just tell you two things that you need to know. Two inside they're not secrets, inside things you got to know. IRS is only interested in two things. IRS is interested in your asset base and what that value is. If you have $100,000 worth of assets, liquidity, IRS isn't going to settle for any less than $100,000. This phone gets so many calls of people who had the money to pay IRS, but the resolution companies talked them into, we can settle the debt after they gave them thousands of dollars. The other big thing that people don't understand is the second part of the equation for the offer is IRS looks at your income and expenses. They want to know if you have any money left over. They do not allow your expenses that you put down. They're only going to allow the national standards. The national standards, you can find them yourself. Go to Google, put IRS national standards for food and clothing, housing and utilities, car payments, and car expenses. IRS is going to force you to use their expenses, and that's where you can get messed up. If you call IRS before the offer and you give them that information, many people wind up with large payment agreements they can't keep because IRS says you're not allowed to spend these for expenses. Anyway, if you need me, call me. I only tell you the truth. I love a subscription because YouTube says, you know, subscriptions are king. So if you give me one, I'd appreciate it. I've got 2,500 other videos out there. Call me if you want. When you do, you never speak to a salesman, you speak to me. Thank you for listening today. I appreciate your 4 minutes.